Okay, so now that we've been talking a little bit, you've mentioned before that there are some changes you want to make in your life. Tell me about those changes.
I really want to get back into shape. I haven't been working out all lately. It's been affecting my self-esteem. It affects my relationship with others. I really just don't have good self-confidence. I feel like it affects every part of my life.
Okay, so you want to get into a better workout routine that's kind of your form of self care that's going to make you feel better about yourself and relationships in your life. And so you kind of addressed why you want to make this change, but what do you think will help you to succeed in making this change? Like, what are some things that will help you that you have in your life already?
I think accountability. A significant other holding me accountable. Maybe friends at work, going to work out with, and just I don't know, just making sure somebody actually gets me to the gym, or helps me eat healthy and eat right.
Okay, so you need some type of accountability to hold you to like your feet to the fire, kind of, and say, you haven't been going to the gym the last couple of days. Something you said you really wanted to do. Um, you need that accountability in your life. And so, what are the three biggest reasons that you want to make this change? You mentioned a couple, but out of those, what are the three biggest reasons you think?
Self-esteem, I think, is one. Um, I think that kind of goes into confidence, but I'll say that's two. And then just three, the image that I portray to others. Maybe three.
Okay, and so those are really good reasons, and I think you should share those reasons with the people in your life, your support system, and the people that are going to be holding you accountable. Have those conversations with them and let them know that this is why you're doing it. I really want your help. It's very important to me. It's affecting other areas of my life when I'm not in this mode of staying healthy, focusing on myself, and doing self care in the sense of working out. And so, what have you done in the past that has worked? Have you tried this before? Have you tried things in the past and they didn't work out, or they did? Or what are some things that you've done in the past that kind of either did or didn't work out? It's kind of a good starting point.
I had a goal I was training for, like a 10K race or a 5K race or a vacation. So I had something to focus on, and then after that, kind of all fell off.
Okay, and so you kind of set a goal for yourself, and that's your motivation to work towards. Um,
Yeah, it helps.
okay, and so do you think if we were, do you do better with short-term goals or long-term goals, or what works best for you?
Like multiple short-term goals.
Okay, and so I think that's really great too, because having short-term goals, basically, if, like you said, you're a visual learner. You mentioned that earlier, and you can create a calendar basically and put things like for each day of the week, or say I'm going to work out for 4 days this week, and cross them off each day that you do it. It shows you that you're doing it, that you're being successful, you're holding yourself accountable because you visually see it. And so I think we could definitely work on some of those short-term goals, and I think that's a great place to start for you since this is kind of a longer lifelong change you want to make. And so I think starting with short-term goals, seeing that you're successful there, and then working towards a little bit longer and a little bit longer goals, I think that'll be really helpful. And so one of the things that I thought of for us after talking with our last session is that you're a visual learner, and you kind of mentioned that. So what I wanted to do is go through this change plan worksheet with you. And this is something we can make a copy of and you can take home so you can visually see. These are some of the questions that we're going to ask you. These are your responses. And just put it in a place that you'll see it on a regular basis, maybe on the refrigerator each morning, on the mirror in your bathroom, things like that. And so one of the changes you want to make is you want to get into a better workout routine for overall physical, mental, emotional health. Is that kind of right? Is that
Right.
what I heard? Okay, and how important is it to you to make these changes on a scale of 0 to 10? 10 being the most important and 1 being the least important.
I think an 8.
Okay, so we'll put an 8. And how confident are you in making these changes? With
On 1 to
1 to
10,
10,
I think
yeah.
probably a 3.
Okay, and what makes you unconfident?
Just the accountability piece. I know if I don't have somebody holding me accountable, I probably won't follow through, or I might fall off the wagon after a few days.
Okay. And so the most important reasons I want to make these changes, we kind of talked about those. And to reiterate, one of them is self-confidence, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and use the second one.
Let's see, healthy living,
Yep.
lifestyle, and 3 is just the image that I portray to others.
Okay. And so if you were to make, and you said short-term goals work best for you, this next question is the steps I plan to take in making this change are, let's do 3. So what are 3 small things that you can do to get this change started within your life?
I can get a gym membership because if I'm paying for it, think that kind of hold my feet to the fire.
Okay.
I can search out a workout buddy, somebody that'll hold me accountable as well, and then I can set a short the midterm goal, like some sort of 5K or 10K race, or the train for a month or two out, basically.
Okay, great. And those are definitely great small steps to make. I like that you said the gym membership. Finances are a big thing in people's lives. And so when they see something that they're paying for that they're not getting a benefit from, it's kind of a little bit frustrating. And I think knowing that you're paying for something but you're not getting an output from it is pretty important. So the next question touches on the people in your life and your support system. So other people, how can they help you? So let's name 3 people in your life that could help you. What kind of help are they offering? Are they offering emotional help? Are they offering physical help of actually going to the gym with you? Kind of things along that nature. So if you had to choose 3 people in your life right now that could help you, and in what form that they help you?
Say my spouse, one.
Okay.
Physical and emotional support.
Okay.
Coworkers.
Okay.
More so probably physical support as far as going to the gym, a gym buddy.
Okay.
And then 3, maybe children's, or a child setting a positive influence or positive role model for them, showing that their father takes care of himself, sort of thing.
Okay. Very good. I think that's really important that you're trying to set a positive example for your child. And working to instill those good, healthy habits from a young age. I think that's great that you're making that important. So I will know when my plan is working when. So what in your life will happen that you see as a result of making this change? Like, you'll know that you are in a better physical mindset because you're working out when what happens? Is it results on a scale? Is it results of seeing that you completed working out 30 days in a row? Is it, you finished your half marathon, whatever goal you set? Kind of what will happen when you know that your plan is working?
I think you just answered them all. So probably just longevity
in
the gym.
Okay.
Accomplishing those milestones like the race piece,
okay.
Things like that. So.
Okay, so those are good things to see, in that they're physical things that you're doing that produce a result. And so I think those are great outcomes to see from the input that you put in. And so the final question is, what are some things that could interfere with your plan? So we want to plan for those bumps in the road, those things that happen that might throw you off kilter.
Life, get busy with work.
Absolutely.
School.
Okay.
Work, school, getting lazy. Human nature kicks in.
Unmotivated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so if you see these things happening, are you going to notice them first, do you think? Do you think your accountability and support system will notice them first?
Probably the support system.
Okay. And so what are some things that you can do to address this with your support system? Are you going to have a conversation with them and say, hey, if you start noticing me going off kilter, I want you to do A, B, and C?
Just bring it to bring it to my attention so I can get back on track.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a very important conversation to have with them, because they'll probably see things before you will. Like, most people will see things that maybe you're not so upbeat and happy at work. Maybe you're seeming kind of down. Maybe you seem kind of sluggish. You're not a lot of energy, things like that. And so they'll probably notice those changes before you will. And I think that's really important to make that known to them, that if they do see those changes, that they intervene and kind of say, hey, I think you're starting to stray off path. How are you doing?
Sure.
Things like that. So I want to make a copy of this and give this to you. I think we dedicated some good time here in making sense of the change that you want to make, kind of some small and bigger steps that we can do to help you make that change. So one of the things that I want you to do for homework before our next session together is to show me some of the steps that you're taking, and kind of like the small term steps that you're making, whether it's a calendar, whether you've come back and report that you've had these conversations with people and this is what you told them, the kind of support that you want them to offer you. And so those are going to be the 2 things that I want you to come back with before our next session. That's kind of me holding you accountable for sticking to this plan, and that's kind of a small step in helping you achieve those longer term goals. Does that sound okay?
Sounds great. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
thank you.
Have a good day.